Okay, all right. Well, I'm ready to go. Thanks for speaking to us. Just first of all, just generally, given the way you've been playing since the restart, give us a sense of the mood of the camp. Is it optimism? Is it confidence? Are you just playing on a high at the moment?
I think the mood, obviously in the team and everything, is very confident, but at the same time, be humble. We've been playing good. We started good the restart from the lockdown. So, but we have to be confident and then obviously humble to keep going the same way.
What do you think's been key to that? What's been the most important factor? The fact that you've come back and you're playing so well straight off the bat from the restart.
I think we kept ourselves very, very fit during the lockdown. We showed it from right from the start when we played Fulham. I think the fitness from the team is especially very, very high, and we can outrun teams because of it.
A lot of focus will be on the fact that you're scoring goals at the other end, but I wanted to ask you about the fact you've come back from the restart and the last game before lockdown. You haven't conceded a goal in that run at all. How much pride do you take in that, and what's been a key factor to that, given that before this run you've gone quite a while without a clean sheet?
Obviously, we went to our patch before that. The results weren't going our way, and we weren't playing the best football we know that we can play. But I think the key thing is just defend as a team, defend from the striker until the goalkeeper. I always said that when people say, "Oh, clean sheet," but I think the clean sheet is part of the team, is part from the striker. That you just start pressing. So that's defend as a team, as a block, and the desire to defend, to don't concede goals. That's the main thing.
Well, you talk a lot about defending as a team, but as a goalkeeper, is there special pride when you come off the pitch, a team as one, but you know that no one's got through you at the other end?
Yeah, obviously something good. You feel good about yourself. You feel good about your team and teammates. Obviously the back four, and especially like the whole team defense. Put their life in the line to not concede a goal. So that's good. It's a good feeling to have after the game.
Can I ask you about Said Benrahma, hat-trick at the weekend? First of all, that second goal, what's he said about it? And what do you all think as his teammates? Did he mean it?
To be fair, I haven't asked him, but I think, in my honest opinion, I think it was a cross. But you know, when you have that quality in the team, things that can happen, and then there it is again, scoring another hat-trick for us, to giving us the 3 points. So that's a massive asset for us.
You talk about him there as an asset. You're playing fantastic football as a team. How special is it to have an individual like that who can come up with moments of magic that can decide a game?
Obviously, it's very important. Obviously, everybody is important in the team, but Said and the front three, obviously the BMW, they've been fantastic this season. I think we scored between them three, they scored 52 goals or something like that. So obviously, it's a massive front three. But when you have players like that, it can take 1v1 and then make things happen from nowhere. That we have to take advantage of it.
And just looking at the position in the league at the moment, you've got 5 matches to go. You've been closing the gap there. Is there a sense that you can catch the teams above you, and perhaps that they're the ones under pressure?
Yeah, obviously they're the ones under pressure. They always said it's good be the chase and not being chased. We have to focus on ourselves, game by game. Next game is tomorrow against Charlton. Try to get the 3 points and we go from there. So yeah, we just have to keep doing what we're doing.
And just finally on that Charlton game, of course, they've got plenty to play for themselves. What are you expecting for a team that's battling for its lives down there at the other end of the table?
So obviously every game in this division is tough. It's going to be a tough game. Obviously, with 5 games to go, they're fighting to stay in the league. So I think it's going to be an interesting game and a very, very, very tough game at home. And we'll try to do our best to get the 3 points.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, David. If I can just ask you about, obviously, the clean sheets you take a lot of credit for and pride of. How important are those 5 players in particular that play in front of you when it comes to making sure that you don't actually have to do too much work?
Obviously, it's massive. It's huge for me to have obviously a back four and obviously a full team that I want to defend and to not concede. And obviously, I don't have so I have less work to do during the game. And then if obviously if a chance comes, I just have to be there to try and help the team and not concede a goal. But at the end of the day, it's a team effort. I always said that, and I always keep saying it. It starts from the striker, it ends up in me.
And the team effort starts at the front, because you mentioned, you know, that the BMW, as far as what they can contribute with goals, 52 so far this season, but their work ethic to track back, to close down, to try and defend from the front as well is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. You know, you can see Ollie, Brian, Said, and every player that comes in that position. Like when the triggers are there, we have to press, and they give their all in every single match. So that's massively important to obviously to defend from the front, to get the ball back in their half. So it's a massive part of the game for us.
Before lockdown and before the break in the football came along, Pontus was just coming back. He'd suffered an injury. Having him, not just, you know, with other players as well, but having Pontus coming back into that back line, has that made a bit of a difference with his experience?
Obviously, we know Pontus is obviously the captain, is a leader. He demands 200% in every single training session, in the games. So I think having him in the team and playing, he makes a little bit of a difference. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, with his experience and his desire to defend, his style of play and everything. So I think it has helped a little bit. Yeah.
You've got experience of winning promotion when you're at Blackburn Rovers, so you know when it comes to this business end of the season what it takes, just from a mental point of view, to stay focused and to really push for the line, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I think we have to be confident, like I said before, be humble, and then just focus on ourselves, try to get the 3 points every single game, and then we will see where we are at the end of the season.
You can't worry about results elsewhere. You just have to keep winning and seeing where that takes you. You can't worry about what West Brom are doing or what Leeds are doing.
No, we have to worry about ourselves. That's always from the start of the season. I always said the same. We have to worry about ourselves. Don't look at the table, and we will see the table at the end of the season, and that's what we're going to do.
Does it make a difference that you're playing, you know, a team in the shape of Charlton, not just a London derby, but a team, you know, they've got something to play for. They've got a lot that they've got sort of pressure on them at the other end of the table. Does that make a difference to the approach to the game at all?
No, we see as another game, another important game for us, another league game that we want to get the 3 points, and we'll try to get the 3 points. Every game is tough in this division, no matter where you are in the league, no matter what time of the year it is. So we will see. We'll see what happens tomorrow, and hopefully we can get the 3 points.
The BMW is a nickname for the three guys up front.
Yes.
Have you got a nickname in a battler for the back line? Because I can't think of one.
No, we don't. I think that's just I don't know who put the BMW out there. I think it was the press or something like that. I don't know where that name came from, but obviously we've been hearing it on the news and on the papers and stuff. So that just got stuck in, and then we just got in the BMW.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of for the defence is, because you're so close to the river, could be the Thames barrier, because you're not letting anything through at the moment, are you?
Hobby still is that way.
Brilliant stuff. David, see you tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, that's the end of the broadcast bit. Lyle, do you want to start the written bit for that?
Sure, no problem. Hi, David. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good, thank you. First thing I wanted to ask you is just a little bit more about how you guys are keeping your focus at the moment. Thomas said last week that it was tricky to find a balance between keeping concentrated on every game and not getting carried away about where you are and where you're headed, kind of thing. So what are you guys doing to make sure you're staying focused on every game and not getting distracted by the glitzy heights of the top two of the Championship?
I think we, like, when we came back from the lockdown, I think we were like, I don't know, like 9 points from West Brom or something like that, from Leeds, or 10 points, and we will say, right, let's have a go, let's do what we do, play like how we know, and see where that takes us. And I think we've been keeping concentrated, taking it game by game as we all done since the start of the season, and that we have to keep doing game by game, day by day, and then we will see where we are at the end of the season.
And obviously, a lot has been made of the fact that there are no fans when you're at Griffin Park to cheer you on, and that can be an advantage. But at the same time, I wondered whether conversely it's been a good thing, perhaps, that there aren't any fans around that potentially add that extra pressure. Do you think that actually helps you stay focused more on what's happening on the pitch?
I don't know. I can't answer that question properly because I feel the same. I feel the same way of playing with obviously with the fans. Is you have your fans behind. It can be an advantage at home and everything. But as soon as you start playing the game and you're concentrating on the game, sometimes it can make a difference. But I just feel been playing the same football in the same way we've been doing the whole season. So I'm not sure if that could be an advantage or a disadvantage overall. But we all the same in the same way. So every team is with no fans. So we're all in the same boat.
I want to ask you a little bit about your own personal development as a player since you joined Brentford. Obviously, you're still quite a young goalkeeper. When you joined last summer, I think everybody expected a keeper that were going to make fantastic saves and be a real prominent feature on the pitch. What do you think you've improved the most since you've joined?
I think I improved every single aspect of my game. Obviously we changed the goalkeeper coach in Christmas time. Started with Iñaki and now with Andy. I've been improving every single aspect of my game, but the most I've improved is obviously the aerial game and the distribution. Obviously, as the team I needed to improve in every single aspect. But those two aspects was very, very important for me and for the team to be able to have the team as much as possible. So I think that's the two aspects that I improved the most.
I mean, there's a few mistakes that you made at Blackburn that drew a little bit of attention here and there, and obviously, so there maybe been a little bit of a question mark when you did join. Do you feel like you've matured more as a goalkeeper, and do you feel more solid and more developed?
When I came, obviously last year with Blackburn, it wasn't at the end of the season. It wasn't a good end of the season for myself. I made a few mistakes in there, but coming to Brentford, it was like a fresh start. Just started from scratch, and then I wanted to show what I'm capable of, and I think I'm doing all right during the season and everything. So I'm happy with the development and obviously with the training and everything that has been going on behind the scenes at Brentford. So I'm very happy with this season so far.
And I guess now you can look ahead to hopefully being Brentford #1 for a good few years, and even perhaps in the Premier League next year.
Yeah, of course. You never know what's going to happen this season or next season, where we're going to be. But obviously, I signed here, so I'm looking forward to what the future holds.
Thanks, David.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, James, you finally.
Hello, David. Hope you're doing well. I was just wondering, in lockdown, as a keeper, how did you maintain your reflexes? Were you doing any kind of back garden training? Because I can imagine it could be quite hard to kind of maintain those kind of skills over such a long period.
You know what? I was more focused on my fitness than what I was on the reflexes and everything. I think, luckily, my reflexes have always been one of my strongest part of my game. So I wasn't very focused on that. But I was going to the park every single day to do my fitness, to try and play with the ball. Obviously, I live with my best friend, so he was able to help me with my training. So that was my routine. Try to do as much fitness as I could, and obviously play with the ball, do some goalkeeping stuff. But that was my main thing in lockdown.
And then just going back to the behind closed doors without fans, have you found in the games you've played so far that it's perhaps been a bit easier to communicate with your defence as there's perhaps not as much crowd noise? Or
yeah, it's been easier, but at the same time, if the striker are alive and are clever, they can hear what you're saying, and you can miscommunicate sometimes. So, for example, the goal we conceded against Watford, I don't know if you've seen it. When I told Rico to give it back to me, if that was a crowd behind, the striker wouldn't get in front of me because he couldn't hear what I was saying. So it could go both ways. Well, obviously it's easier to communicate from me to Oli when I'm shouting to get in the box when he's out wide or stuff like that. I think it's a bit easier, but obviously it can go both ways. So because the other players can hear them as well.
Yeah, of course. And then finally from me, I believe you signed for Brentford exactly 1 year ago today, and I was just wondering how much you've enjoyed your time in the capital so far.
Yeah, it was actually 1 year ago today. Obviously, I enjoy every single bit. It's a great club. It's a great run club, great staff, great players. It's fantastic. I enjoy every single bit since I came here, so I'm really happy.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.